everybody, Kerry Hales here with the Mindset Show, the show that talks about your mindset and how we can look at life differently to improve what we want out of life. So tonight's episode is all about self-care. So if you are here and you would like some tips and tricks on how to improve your self-care, then make a comment. I will come back and review those comments later on. So please don't feel that even if you can't get here live, that I won't reply to your messages, because I will. And those who make comments, likes, shares, I am offering a free download on a self-care checklist. So please do make sure you are part of the crew. So without further ado, I would like to start talking to you about self-care. Right, let me think where we are starting. Why is self-care so important? So the question that I would like to start off with is, if I asked you what your self-care routine is, so say your name is Sarah, I would say, Sarah, what is, according to Sarah, self-care is? And I want you to fill in the blank. Write it out, say it out loud, think it out loud, and type in the comments. I really want to know what your views are on your self-care, i.e., or one, what does self-care mean to you? And two, what does self-care, what is your self-care routine? Because we can all say, well, self-care means this and self-care means that. But what I want to know is, what do you actually do for your self-care? So, why is self-care so important? Self-care basically equals self-love. And if you're in any way in dislike about yourself, that is going to reflect out of who you are in the world. So it's really, really one of the most important things to do in personal development is about setting up a self-care routine. That means more than just one thing. Once a month I go and have a massage, or or I have a bath once a week, or something that you do not so regularly. So there's going to be some things that you do on a daily basis and things you do on a weekly basis, if you're on a monthly basis, so it's like going on a regular holiday or a regular girls' night out or those kinds of things. I want you to be I'm asking you about, what is it that you do on a daily basis to connect with her or him inside? That's the question. So I want you to write some comments down and really tell me what those things are. Because when we're looking at those kinds of things, it's really the most important part of, to be able to give love, is that sort of you should be giving it as your cup runneth over, not from a needy place. So the needy place is really about you making sure that is topped up, as I described it so brilliantly. Not to my client the other day, is like having a big love bucket, of your bucket of love, and you're going along kind of almost like sort of on a, what was that game sort of in the 80s where you sort of like, on this sort of ridiculous like water thing that you're trying to gather up pieces of love on the way. It's kind of an accident waiting to happen. It's not actually focused and really going to get you results. It's kind of just you got lucky today. And as many of you know, my lovely way of thinking is fuck luck. Okay, because luck might happen, some things might happen, you create it. So what I want you to really think about is, how do you create these things for you, rather than leaving it to some kind of thing that might just happen if you're really in the right place at the right time. You put yourself there. So 5 tips on self-care. First thing that's really important is appreciation. So you have to appreciate who you are. So we all have gifts. Everybody is special. Everybody is amazing in some way, shape, or form. And we have to learn to appreciate ourselves rather than negating the things that we do or the things that we don't do very well, or that because we spend our lives, especially, if I talk to the women, is that we look at ourselves in a certain way. We look at ourselves in the mirror, we judge ourselves as mothers. There's so many things that we are negative about. And what the first part of it is training your mind to flip that over into appreciation. So the first thing is that any time that you see yourself, giving yourself a hard time, is to be conscious of it and kind of like laugh at how insidious our negative self-talk is. To be able to look at it and go, okay, well, and then write it down. Like, well, what would be the positive of that? It's like, if it's kind of you drop something, you just say, never mind, I won't drop it again. So, it's just kind of like, if that was your child dropping it, or your best friend dropping something, you wouldn't say, oh, for fuck's sake, you clumsy cow. You wouldn't, right? You would say, oh, never mind, pick it up. And and it would go along. But over the time, it's like sort of a nick, tick, 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 you're a fuck up, you're a fuck up, you're a fuck up. It's negative self-talk, and we just want to flip that over. So it's learning to appreciate ourselves about things that we do get right, things that we are brilliant at, the things, over the day. It's like all the things that you got right. The smallest, tiniest things. It's just to get your mind on the good things, because we are surrounded by so much noise. It's really to look at what are the good things you can look for. So first thing is to appreciate it. Now, as a caveat as that is that I'm a huge advocate of journaling. So if you're not journaling, these are the things that you can be writing down on a daily basis. So journaling, but I'll come to that on another mindset show, give you some journaling tips. So appreciation. So secondly, self-care. No matter what's on that list of yours, if you don't have a list, we will have by the end of this session, is the responsibility is all yours. It's not down to my man for my self-care, or my children, or my mum, or your parents, or your sister, or your sibling, or your best friend, or anybody else. It's down to you. And why is it down to you? Because you know what that is for you, right? You do. It's one of those things of like of asking for what you want in life is because you know what that is. Not other people know. So if you don't ask for what you want, then they're never going to know. You're never going to get it. There's always going to be that little bit of, I would like it in green instead of blue, but I can't say because I didn't really make it clear enough. It's like, so we drop subtle hints and different things that we do. And this is about living an intentional life. So I really want you to be thinking about if I'm totally responsible for this, what's on that list? Like, what would I like to do? If that self-care is that I want to, I think I should drink more water, that's not down to anybody else to drink water. That's to you to buy a really lovely water jug, to put it on your desk so you know that you can, making sure that you're drinking it enough. Drink it first thing in the morning, because if you drink water first thing in the morning, you're more likely your body to remind itself that it's thirsty instead of hungry. It's kind of setting it up of how you do that, and I'm responsible for that, not anybody else, and the same as you are. So if you know that you are not drinking enough water, probably not, most people aren't. If you don't drink enough water, then your thoughts aren't going to be as clear, your body's not going to be functional as much, your body's not going to be able to flush out all the things that it needs to do. The list goes on and on and on of why we should drink more water. And it's self-care. It's about you deciding that actually, I'm going to take responsibility for that. That's not anybody else to remind me. It's just like I'd say to my man, oh, can I come running with you? I mean, knowing that he walks as fast as I run, and I was kind of like trying to offload the responsibility of me knowing that actually that I'm a better person, and actually I feel good, better about myself when I run or do some kind of aerobic activity, or biking, running, swimming, some kind of movement. And it's, I need to drink more water. Imogen, everybody needs to drink more water. And she's saying that, and I do have water with me. Look at me, I'm just such a good advocate. So drinking more water, but it's about the responsibility. So it's kind of what I want you to really, is it's like this list is not about you offloading it to somebody else. It's your list, especially sort of, Imogen is a new mum. It's like it's like, oh gosh, we've got this bundle of love. And if you're a new mum or you've been a mum for a long time, there's kind of, it's like all of a sudden you seem to have put yourself back down the line a bit. And actually, the best thing you do is to put yourself back in the front and go, I need to go and have a nap. I need to go to a bath. I need to have 5 minutes myself. I'm going to have a cup of tea. I'm going to go and lie down for 10 minutes. I just need some time to just be me. Just be me and thinking about me. And that's sometimes what we need to do. And that is the perfect thing to do, rather than keeping that sort of, it's all right, I'll wait till bed. It's just about putting you back to the front of the queue. Responsibility, really key. It's nobody else's responsibility for your self-care. It is yours. Number 3, what's your daily routine? This is like in lots of things that I do and with my clients, I ask them, tell me about your day. So how do you set up your day to make sure that as soon as you get out of the bed that you are putting yourself first? So in terms of like getting out to do, where are you putting your feet? Where do you go from there? Do you go straight to the shower? In the bathroom? Does the bathroom smell like you'd like it to do? Are you washing yourself with the things you'd like to wash? Do they make you feel good? If they don't make you feel good, what could make you feel good? Are they products that you really love? I'm not talking about hugely overly consumerizing your product stash. I'm just asking you to look at things that you use, and do they make you feel great? Do they make you feel wonderful? Do they make you feel cherished? Again, not up to anybody else, up to you. When you get in that shower, do you have products? Do you have things that do you use a scrub that you like to use? A loofah thing. Is that your favorite thing? Flannel. Do you have your nice flannel, nice towels that you want to wear? And when you go and open your wardrobe, do you go into your knicker drawer and go, oh, they all make me feel good? It's kind of like going through your day and looking at your daily routine, and are they reinforcing you being beautiful inside and out? Because that's what we're aiming for. That's what you're aiming for. That's the bar of what we're doing. Anything like beautiful and magnificent and fabulous and everything else on this day is the top. But at least that's what it's like. What do I need to do to make me feel beautiful? Do I look in my wardrobe and think, oh, nothing fits, nothing makes me feel great? It's like, well, okay. Who else is going to do it? Who else is going to do it? There isn't some secret person in your current thing that's going to come and go, oh, let me just sort out your wardrobe. There isn't that person unless you ask that person. You are responsible. So if you know somebody, if that's not your thing, it's like get somebody in your wardrobe and ask you to say, can you come around one night? I'll feed you some dinner and I'll give you a glass of wine or not, and just go through it, and you can just give me some help. You just ask and see where else there are parts of your routine. So that's like at the beginning of the routine. What about the end of your routine? Sort of like in terms of self-care, we sometimes kind of just go to bed, and especially with these screens, probably watching it on a mobile phone now, and just looking at it and going, okay, so oh God, how did you get to that time? All right, okay. I'm wondering why your body takes a long time to kind of download, deprocess, get into the zone to be able to go to sleep, and then getting good sleep. It's like, what would you do? Like, you don't put your children to bed like that. You wouldn't put somebody else to bed like that. What's the evening routine that you need to do? to make sure that you allow yourself the best injection ever into your self-care routine, which is sleep. Sleep is the most important thing ever. I mean, there are so many studies now done on sleep, and it's like we don't get enough sleep, we don't get good sleep. It's just like, what kind of sleep are you getting? And are you setting yourself up for really, really good sleep? Because that, it's like it gives you more brain power, it allows you to lose weight, it gives you more energy. It's kind of like, if there was one good self-care top tip, it would be sleep. Sleep and drink water probably will be the two things. So what is your daily routine? So that was number 3. So making sure, just go through your day from time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, and have a look to see, just, and what, self-care can be just small little things, but it is a daily thing. It's a daily thing. It's just like, that's how you get sort of residual goodness into your life. It's not about kind of like sort of the occasional thing that I get to do. I paint my nails occasionally, or somebody else does them, and it's kind of like, what do you do every day that makes you feel good? Okay, yes, number 4, spoil yourself. Chokora. There are, we kind of put off the nice things, sort of like that, or in this weird thing that if we have it every day, we won't appreciate it. I think I smell bullshit on that. It's not true. Or if it's true, it's one of those things of like, well, I can't do what I love because I might get bored, or it'll take out the enthusiasm, take that excitement of it. And actually, I kind of want to say to you, do it. And if you do get bored, you'll find something else. So all the things that you are left for best, let today be the best day, and tomorrow, and the next day. Like if you've got a favorite perfume and you don't want to swear the favorite perfume, get the deodorant version of it, or use a natural deodorant and get something that makes you feel good. It's like, spoil yourself. And it's like waiting for somebody else to buy you flowers when you really love them, and not allowing yourself to have them because that's not so lovely until somebody else buys them. It's just not true. It's not true. There are other things that people can buy you that are surprises, but if they're things that you really love to have, like sort of some nice hand cream, or some, they can be small, tiny things. They're not like massively expensive, on budgets. They're like really small things that you can do and have in your life today. You haven't got to wait until somebody else buys them, because again, we're going back into that blame responsibility. If you're responsible for them, take hold and be responsible for them, because you'll benefit from them. You'll feel nurtured and loved, and if you feel nurtured and loved, you get to share that with everybody else. Number 5 is try it for a week. Try that routine for a week and just see what you notice. So, I mean, one of the things that I do with my clients and do with lots of people is to just try things for a week, right? Try and just go, right, okay, I'm going to, if like, because an example like Imogen gave, the water example, and you find it really difficult, or you like certain water, you like it cold, or you like it warm, or you like it with fruit, or you like it with everything else. It's like, write a little plan for a week of how you're going to do that. How, what I call is stack the cards in your favor. So if you want to succeed at having to drink, just doubling your quota of water, obviously sort of like 8 glasses is what we should be drinking. But if you're only drinking 1, twice is going to be quite amazing. So, try something for a week of what you do. If it's you know, massaging your legs or something, just to see if that changes how you feel about them for a week. Or it could be, you know, like anything, sort of filing your nails, using your favorite perfume, or you know, making yourself, or going through your knicker drawer and just having a look at it, and just, you know, wearing only your favorite clothes for the week. And even if it's your favorite thing every day, you know, rinsing it out and wearing it out the next day, just do it for a week and see what you notice, and let me know, because I think that sometimes we can, I don't want to overload you, and there are lots of things in this video, that there are lots of tips that you can take away and implement just one for the week, and see what you notice, because when you start to radiate more love, the world benefits. But if you keep asking the world for something that they can't give, then the world doesn't benefit. It's a win-win. You know, once you take responsibility for self-care, self-love, you know, or even if it's like sort of that you want to have a big bath, and, you know, and that somebody else needs to look after the kids for however long, it's just by saying that, would you be able to do this, you know, so I can do this with myself. And then put yourself back into the world and go, oh my God, you know, I would have lost my rag at this before, but I feel calmer. You know, if it's the case of you to get up half an hour earlier in the morning so you can have a longer shower and a cup of tea before the crazy people wake up in your house or your life, or that you leave half an hour earlier for work so you can catch the bus and walk, or get off at the stop earlier so you can walk, so you can get yourself in a better space before you walk into work. There's lots of different ways, and you will know them. So write them down. If you want me to give you some tips, ask. If you're looking that you know you would like to do it in a certain different way, but you're not really sure, ask me, because I will be able to give you just a question that sometimes just allows you to go, oh, I hadn't thought about it like that. And it will give you some more ways to take forward. So let me just see if there's any questions. I'll ask my friend Samantha to help me with my wardrobe. Now, everything, it brings me joy. It makes a huge difference. It's huge, isn't it? And yeah, sometimes you do need help, but you can't see what you can't see, you know. And it's like, ask your girlfriends around and ask them, like, what is their self-care routine? And if they say self-care, what's that? So, well, it's about what are the things that you do that make you feel really great about yourself. And or post it on Facebook and ask, you know, and tag some of the girls that you know that look after themselves. And I'm not saying that they are you know, a masked face and, you know, everything's done, because that's generally not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about an inner work as well as an outer work. So it's kind of like, it's the girl or guy inside that we're talking about. We're talking about that little girl that says, oh, I really like it if we do this. Can I go for a walk on the beach? Can I go for a walk in the woods? And it's generally something very simple. It's not detailed. Or I'd really like it if I went and saw my best friend one night a month. You know, it's kind of just asking those simple things. And they are simple. I promise you they are. But you have to ask them of yourself. Other people can ask you questions, because, and I'm asking you to talk with your girlfriends to see what they do, not to steal their ideas, only if those ideas resonate with you. Like, you know, you think, oh yeah, I'd really like to do that. Because if you're envious of somebody else, there's generally something in that, but it's going to be about that, sort of around that kind of thing. So they are your 5 tips in the Mindset Show this week. Thank you very much, people who've joined me live. I am going to ask, so if there are comments, so over this following week, if you want to post a comment on, thankfully lovely Imogen's posted lots of comments. But if you're watching this and it isn't live, then make a comment, and if you would like me to send you the checklist, make comments. I'd love the checklist, and I can send that to you too. I'll be back next week with the Mindset Show on a Monday, generally in the evening, and I'd love you to join me, and we can do some question and answers in the latter part of the show. So thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next week. Bye.